What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? Welcome back. Back at it for the second part of Week 9 Fantasy Football Talks with me, Cedric, and Shawnee here on Shady Sports Network. Woo, woo, woo! It's
What's
cool as
good? What's
yeah,
good? Welcome week 9, Shady
yes,
Sports
sir.
Network, Fantasy Live Talk. Guys, feel free to jump on here, please. Ask any questions, trade, waiver, start related. We're going to give you guys some information here, and, we're just here to help. So please remember, reach out to us on the chat and give us a like and a subscribe, and we'll get going for the week.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. It's our third episode. Looks like we got it rolling. We're gonna try to keep it going throughout the rest of the season. And then once again, me and Shawnee are tied at. I think we're still tied at first place, right?
Yep, yeah, but
We're
I
holding
I
strong.
took over. I took over. So right now, percentage wise, I went up from fourth to second. So it goes. Who's in first in the West? Is it Mike Scholl?
Yeah.
So Mike S, then me, then Regan, then you is the projected winners bracket right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So thank goodness, man, because was off to a rocky start. But playing that waiver and staying confident in your players is how I climbed back up. I was literally 0-4 in sleeper, and now I'm at 500, 4-4, with
Yeah, you've
four
been
wins in a row.
smashing in sleeper.
Scoring high too, between 160 and 195 every week.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
been a rough league too, man. 12 people makes for a deep, deep league.
Such
The
a deep
waiver
league.
is hairy.
No, there's nobody to pick up. Like I'm
There's
trying to get
literally.
a running back right now, and it's just
I got Jamal Williams and Deontay Foreman on my bench. People,
I know.
that's like the kind of like trade bait that's actually like worth gold right now in that league. I
But I don't
tried
have
getting,
anything to trade. That's the
I
thing.
tried
And
getting Kelsey up off the guy that's in first place. I just finally beat him and made him 6-2, but um, he wouldn't do Kelsey for Foreman, and I was going to give him Goddard to replace Kelsey. And then look what Goddard does. He goes off and scores the most out of any player in Monday Night Football or Thursday Night Football with 24.
yeah, speaking of that Thursday night game, so what do you want to start off with going
Well,
into the weekend?
right now, guys, we're just going to go into your Sunday, Monday. We covered the Thursday night game on Wednesday night. No real information there. Right now, basically, the thing to focus on first and foremost is that check your lineups, guys, because I know in our league sometimes people get a little sleepy. There's a lot of buys this week that are detrimental to your roster, and if the waiver's thin, you need to get on there now. This week we got Dallas, Pittsburgh, the 49ers, Denver, the Giants, and Cleveland all with the bye week. So you're missing Chubb, you're missing Cooper, you're missing, your Melvin Gordon, your Cortland Sutton, your Brian McManus, your Broncos D. You're missing your Pickens, your Freiermuth. Yeah, you're missing your Schultz, your CD Lambs, your Zeke Elliott. Well, in this case, Tony Pollard, who, oh my God, he crushed it for me last week. I was so happy. And then you're missing, your Debos, your CMC, everybody 40. And then the Giants, you're missing Barkley, you're missing Jones. There's big names out there that are missing this week. And, the wire looks pretty thin, but hopefully you guys, if you need a quarterback, go out, grab Geno Smith. Heineke is trending in the right direction. I know the running backs are looking slim, but I was seeing the Algiers is still available in some leagues. Huntley, you know, it's other than, it really is slim. If you are looking towards the Monday game, Baltimore's looking good. You could go for Duvernay, but injury wise, we're looking at Andrews out. We're looking at Gus Edwards is questionable. You got Cam Brate out, Russell Gage out. Michael Thomas is done for the season, or at least on IR, and is going to miss until the playoffs. You got Allen and Williams out for the Chargers, which is basically, 50% to 75% of the pass share in LA on the Chargers side. So, that's going to be big news for your Everetts. For who else we got there? Palmer. And then another big waiver wire pickup, and he's trending upwards, and everybody's super stoked, is likely. Likely. But now you got Taylor out. You got Jonathan Taylor out, so hopefully, if if he hasn't been snagged yet, you want to grab the likes of your Deion Jackson, and it's possible that you might grab Moss. I don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to introduce him into the scheme and let him take the backup snaps. But I'm hoping Deion Jackson will go off again. Last time he was put in this position, he was running back one on the week, so I'm looking for big things to happen with him. Other news, Cordell Patterson is set to play, but it looks like he's still questionable. And then I like DJ Moore this week. He's trending in the right direction. He's now in the top 20 as a starter for me. And then another thing I wanted to take a look at and maybe get Jem's advice on. I'm really anxious to see what Hines' role is going to be in that backfield, because I'm still questioning on Robinson, and just these trades and what these guys have done bouncing from team to team. I don't know. I'm anxious to see, because if they're going to be fantasy relevant, we're going to want to know immediately, but we just won't know until we see. So that was another question that I had and was thinking about. Are you holding out on Hines, Jim? Uh-oh. Are you muted, bro?
Oh,
There you are.
my bad. I must have hit the my bad. Yeah, I was saying, Hines, he's out in Buffalo, right?
What's that?
Hines, he went out to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's kind of hit or miss. I mean, I feel like Singletary's finally starting to pick up steam. I think they are getting ready for the playoffs. Getting ready for that run and push. But I don't think we can expect much more from him other than like a boom or bust player.
Right. Especially with Singletary being as solid as he is as their starter, and he's a great 3-down back, and he does get the goal line work. But with Moss out of there, if they're not going to run Singletary, and that's another thing too about Buffalo, is that Singletary will get enough of a break due to the fact that Allen is passing, at least 50% of the time. So,
yep.
Guess we'll just have to wait and see on that. I'm anxious to see what Moss does. Him bouncing over. And then also, being a Steeler fan, dude, I'm just hoping for the best for Claypool as a Bear. Everybody says if Mooney couldn't do it, this and that. I think Claypool is a different kind of receiver than Mooney. I think he presents a bigger target, brings a bigger attitude, and I think he has the capability to make that wide receiver core successful, especially with Fields, man. If he doesn't want to be running all day, I don't know what number he took, but I was going to say number 11 is the way to go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Hopefully they can pick up chemistry really quick.
I hope so.
Yeah, so they can go into the offseason strong at least. But that will be interesting to see over there, because I feel like Mooney's just been kind of a lost cause. Like we said in the first episode, you picked him up, dropped him. I had him, dropped him. About 10 other people had him, dropped him. So
I was looking to grab him in every single draft that went out there as a late round grab, just as like a player that you were hoping was going to just be that guy who was magically going to go to your bench to the wide receiver 2 spot or a starting flex spot no matter what. And just didn't work out that way. Dude, how about this? How about with the way James Conner was playing the couple of weeks before he went out, and now him missing all this time with injury? How do you feel about James Conner? Are you starting him knowing that he's going back and starting this game, or are you putting somebody else in his place if you can?
I mean, I would still start Conner just because, Arizona's going to use him.
The upside is there.
I mean, defense is a stretch thin. It's not like they can, pack the box. I mean, they could, but then they're going to get torched down the field. So I feel like you at least have a solid floor with him.
Right. True
Not
that.
necessarily saying like he's gonna go off and get you like even 15 or 16 points, but you're at least gonna get, 8 to 10 points, I believe.
Right. When he was in there before, I mean, he was their goal line guy. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
drafted him because he had the most touchdowns amongst running backs last season. And every time they're on that goal line, he seemed to punch it in. And it looked like he was on course to start that over again this season. And then all of a sudden after week one, it was a little less, and then the injury. So it sucked too, because I was one of those dudes who was high on him. I was drafting him, grabbed him in the ESPN league. Mike grabbed him before me in sleeper, thank goodness. But yeah. Oh, it looks like we got a question.
Yeah.
Well, we got Darren Waller or Taysom Hill. Where are you going with that one, Jeb?
I would probably say neither if you can avoid it.
Right.
But Taysom Hill, man, he's had some weeks, he's
The
definitely had a few
ceiling,
great weeks,
the ceiling with him, yeah.
but it's too inconsistent. And I mean Darren Waller, Derek Carr's not throwing it to anybody right now, man. Like I would say Waller just because he's the second option over there. But at the same time, Taysom Hill's almost option number one right now for the Saints as far as receiving backs or receiving tight end or whatever he's lined up as. So
Right.
Plus he's gonna run too. So I guess I take that back. I guess thinking about it, I'd probably say Taysom Hill, but I wouldn't play either of them, honestly. But I know you torched me with Taysom Hill.
Yeah, if you have the choice. Well, this one for me, so right now you got Las Vegas. I like the matchup against the Jags,
Really?
but I just don't like the direction that wide receiver core is heading. You're coming off a week where Waller's already been questionable. You don't know if he's 100%. You know, Devontae Adams is scoring the likes of 1 point some fantasy points. Carr's not on point. Josh Jacobs is tearing that backfield apart, and they know they're going to go to him. So my whole thought on this is Taysom Hill, simply for the fact that it's Monday night against Baltimore, and I think they're going to find themselves down, and they are going to need to pull some trick plays out of their ass. And Taysom Hill is that guy. If anybody can run against that defense, if anybody can, RPO and, punch it in or throw something, it's going to be Taysom Hill. So if you got no choice in this situation, just based on the ceiling and the matchup, I like Taysom Hill.
But don't you think Baltimore is ready for that, though? They go against RPO every day in practice. They have the best RPO threat in the history of the league, I feel.
Yeah, but I don't know. We've seen New Orleans do it against some tricky defenses already. I mean, that's the whole trick aspect. If it's that RPO, you never know if he's just going to dump it off or if he's just going to break and find a hole and take off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He brings the element of surprise, and his ceiling that's what the intrigue is for me, because you don't know.
Plus, they still have Kamara.
Yep, so. and he, has been doing nothing but trending upward. Of course, last week was the first week he scored a touchdown, but he scored 3 of them. 2 of them through the air, 1 on the ground, but still, Kamara's. They're liking what they're seeing, and his target share has gone up, and his snap count has gone up as well.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like, man, not to cut you off,
you're fine.
I feel like next season, man, I'm drafting like 4 or 5 running backs.
Yep. But dude, that's the way that the ADPs went in this season so strong. This was the first season where you ever saw 5 wide receivers in the top 10 ADP. Within the first 3 picks, Cooper Kupp was gone. Within the first 5 to 8, Jamar Chase is gone. Justin Jefferson's gone. You aren't seeing the likes of wide receivers like that go in the first round because there was a solid 10 RB1s that needed to go first. And that's just how it's been for the last 3, even 4 seasons. But this season that changed, and the only 2 receivers that you would have drafted first who have been consistent throughout, that I think have been consistent throughout, have been Stephon Diggs and Cooper Kupp. And, Jefferson has had some garbage weeks. Adams has had some garbage weeks. It's been rough. It really has been rough. And, a lot of people are looking as, man, I should have taken, you know, Henry instead of taking, Jefferson, or, a lot of people are sitting there right now with wide receivers they can't use and hurting at the running back spot. That is the one thing you're hearing most
I
from
am.
anybody, is that they're hurting at running back.
Yeah. Yeah. I think in my sleeper league, I think no. Yeah, I got like 20 wide receivers in sleeper.
Yeah, I got lucky, man. I got Eckler and Kamara. And then I have Jamal Williams and Deontay Foreman and Melvin Gordon. And I've been pretty lucky to circulate them throughout. Get down,
Consistency,
you
man.
bug.
That's the thing too, is like there's like 7 running backs that are consistent that you can depend on,
Yeah.
week to week, and you got to have like a solid like bench, like for sure.
What's up? What's up? We got a what's up, fellas? What's happening, brother? What's happening?
We got a question too from him.
Fant or Gasecki? All right. Okie dokie. Well, let me just immediately go. I'm just gonna go to my rankings on this one just because. You got Gasecki way ahead of Fant in my rankings.
Let me pull up my the rankings I got over here too.
Yeah, I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, Gasecki's right just outside of my top 10, which means he's a starter. Fant is at right around 15, 16. So I mean, if you have the option, you're definitely going to want to start Gasecki, especially with the healthy Tua. I mean, you watch that man throw that football. You're looking at the scores that Hill and Waddle are picking up. You're starting in Miami Dolphin over,
Yeah.
Seattle. Geno Smith is solid. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, for me it's Gasecki.
Cool. So what are, I guess, you went over your the injuries, your
Yep.
players on bye.
Yep.
What else you got for us?
Well, I guess I'll just kind of go matchup related and give you a little ranking. Okay. Of course, this week, you know what? I think this is going to be an awesome game too. Is the Bills and the Jets? I think it's going to be a great game. I really am. I really want to get that game. I hope to watch it. But Allen is definitely number one quarterback going in this week against the Jets. The Jets have a tough defense, but I mean, come on, dude. It's the Bills. Bills Mafia. I mean, these guys, they're beeline into the playoffs.
Very true. Very
Then you
true,
got
man.
Mahomes coming in at number 2, and they are matched up against the Titans. This week, highlight for me, Juju Smith-Schuster is going to continue to be a star. He's going to continue to break out and get a majority of that target share, and he's going to be steady enough for you to start. He's a must start for me this week. I love Juju. Um, and of course, Jackson coming in at number 3 against New Orleans Monday night game. It's going to be a great game. This week is exciting for matchups. You got Herbert facing off against the Atlanta Falcons.
Wait. It's your top 4, right, so far?
Yep. Yeah. Herbert's
Where
coming in. Herbert's coming. Actually, I got Burrow at 4 against Carolina, and then Herbert at 5 against ATL. Yep. And then 6th, I got Murray going against Seattle. 7th, we got Tua going Chicago. And then I got Geno, Mr. Smith, against Arizona. And then I got Rodgers. I'm being generous. Detroit, they give up the most passing yards, the most running yards. If anything, I think that Rodgers can have a good game against Detroit. Cousins, next, he's playing Washington. Cousins is right at number 10. And then, man, it is so weird and it sucks, but to see Tom Brady ranked. I'm me ranking him 12, but he's playing the Rams, so But for Tom Brady to be outside of the top 10 this time of year is just crazy to me. But after Cousins, I got Fields ahead of Brady, and then Brady at 12,
You got
and
Fields
then
ahead of Brady?
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
different world.
yeah. Yeah, and then I got Lawrence at 13th, Mariota 14th, Heineke 15th, Carr against Jacksonville, Andy Dalton against Baltimore. It's going to be a rough one, but he's proven to be reliable. Then Stafford, Tannehill against KC, and then Goff against Green Bay. Those are my top 20 QBs, and then their matchups for the week. So I think that's. Oh,
Got a question for you.
do you guys think Elijah Moore will get targets this week? Yeah, yeah. I hope he does. I mean, geez, it's I mean, defensively, this depends on who's going to cover him, but uh, yeah, he should get. He's going to get his normal target share, I would imagine. What do you
Why
think, Jim?
why wouldn't he get targets
That
though?
yeah, that's yeah. I'm kind of curious. Let me see here.
I mean, I felt the Jets got to come back, man. They were rolling, and it's like the Patriots just knocked them on their butts, man, and knocked them back down to earth. So, I
And,
definitely think they're gonna try to get all their playmakers involved as much as possible.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And yeah, I mean, I know that it's the Bills' defense, but they're going to be looking to sack Allen more than they're going to be making any detrimental. He's going to if the game, the game's here goes how it goes. I would I would expect Elijah Moore to get at least 20% of the target share for sure. I don't see why he wouldn't. Now, is he in my top 20? No,
He's not even in the top 40.
no, no. But I mean, he is what he is. That's where he's at, and that's what he does. And you know, you hope he shows out just for. I want to see that. The Jets have proven that they're a team to be reckoned with, and if there's anybody to prove your steel against, it's going to be the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
So I want to see. That's why I said I'm so anxious to see that game because I think they are going to put up a tough game, and I think it's going to be fun to watch. I hope they go off, both of them.
I hope it's a good game, man. I hope it's not just one-sided. I mean, it feels like the Bills kind of got that division on lock now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. That's not like. Yeah, I don't think that the Jets are going to make any moves to change that. But if I just like both New York teams have taken me by surprise, and I love watching them, and I just keep on hoping the best for them.
Yeah, because it feels like they're playing to the strengths of their playmakers.
Right.
They're not trying to play to the strengths of the coach or the play caller. Doesn't matter, what the play caller's history is. Those coaches are actually calling plays based on what their players do good, so they're actually able to take advantage of that right now.
Right, right. Okay, so he's saying he hasn't been getting targets, but Corey Davis is out this week and he's been complaining. Okay, right on. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously with Davis out, then that means his target share is going to go up. He's got to watch the complaining, though. Who knows? Coach might look, he might get mad about that. You've been watching coaches bench people for the silliest reasons this season. But yeah, so if that's the case with Davis out, obviously he's going to get more looks. Problem is they're probably going to have him covered pretty well since he's probably going to be going into this week as their wide receiver one, But if he gets 25% of the target share, I'd like to see him get at least 8 targets, hopefully 10, and I want to see him bring in 4 or 5 of those, and for decent yardage. So yeah, good question because I wasn't too up on that. I was kind of didn't know which way to go with that one, but it makes perfect sense.
But I feel like if you're down to Elijah Moore right now, you're hurting.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, honestly, I mean, with Brees Hall going out, then they pick up Robinson, but Michael Carter's no slouch, and if he gets to start, and then you get Robinson in there to back up and ground and pound, but uh, we'll have to wait and see. That Bills defense against the run is so they're going to be forced in, especially if they get behind, they're going to have to play themselves out of a hole, and it's going to have to go in the air. So, but like I said, I'm extremely. I'm looking forward to that game. I have a feeling that's going to be a special game. I got a gut instinct on that one.
I mean, their defense is ready. I feel like the Jets, their defense is ready. We'll
They
see.
got the sauce.
Yeah. So I mean, they're ready, but it's just a matter if they can score points, keep
Right,
up.
right, for sure, for sure. You got got likely in my top 20 of tight ends this week. So everybody's been big on him. Everybody's having. I've been watching all the chats and the news, and everybody thinks he's going off. So that was some
Okay.
news this week that I thought was awesome. And then I even looked, and ESPN's even got him ranked up there too. So be interesting to watch. I like the Bills Jets game, and I really like the Monday night game this week. I can't wait for Baltimore New Orleans. There's lots of big fantasy relevant names on both of those teams, and that's a big primetime game for both of them teams. And I'm looking for Lamar to keep his streak up, man. I mean, he's coming off, last week. This past week was good. He had a good week, but the week before he's coming off a little bit of a slump, and I know he's trying to play the best he can. He's trying to play like, hey, I want to get paid. So I'm looking forward to him continuing that and balling out. So
Yeah. Um. So you were saying earlier, man, like we are talking about running backs. All the
yep,
running
yep.
backs that are hurt right now. Um. You got any good waiver wire pickups?
So I mean, what I was seeing that's available. If a lot of people have been smart enough to grab Deion Jackson already, if he's available in any of your leagues, if somebody's that big of a slouch, jump on Deion Jackson. Um, it's getting to the point where it's going to be your Tyler Algier, your Caleb Huntley. Um, you know, I know that Kenyon Drake has been picked up on a lot of wires, but if Gus Edwards is out, you may, if you're that spread that thin, Justice Hill could be a pickup for Baltimore. um, if he's available as well, Jamal Williams, um, even with um, Swift getting the start, Jamal Williams is still fantasy relevant. He's had two touchdowns at least in all these games, and that's with Deion Swift scoring touchdowns and being in the mix as well. Their snap share is right about 50-50, and Williams has been getting it done in the red zone. So if you see Jamal Williams available, grab him for sure. Um, Deontay Foreman, I know he's been grabbed up. Chuba Hubbard behind him. Um, that's like, I mean, honestly, it's getting thin. Other than that, Damian Harris maybe, but I know that New England has put a lot of their faith in Stevenson. I like it. It's a winning formula, and they haven't been going anywhere but up. Um, you
Looks like
know,
we got
um,
some questions.
Khalil Herbert is one more I'll throw in
Ooh.
there. Khalil
Yeah.
Herbert, if he's available, grab him.
Grab
Um,
him. Start him.
yeah. And let's see, in point 0.5 PPR, Pitts or Taysom Hill. Oh man, and so we're getting a lot of tight end questions this week, and a lot of Taysom Hill. You got to go with Pitts this week. Um, just I don't know. I have him ranked way higher, and I just think that in this situation, uh, I think that he's going to do. I think he's going to do well. They're
Fantasy
matched up.
Pros has they have
Chargers.
Hill at 4 and Pitts at 6.
Really,
Yeah, they're feeling high
really.
on him. Let's see.
I got I got Pitts at Jesus Schmizo. I got Pitts at 6th. And I mean Taysom Hill, I mean, he's against Baltimore. I mean, without knowing, I mean, the ceiling's there, yes, but I mean, he's not going to get projected any higher than, his average weeks because it's so hit or miss. I mean, he's outside my top 10 ranked. He's in my top 15, but I mean,
Hill.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, dude, he's not even a starter. If for all you know, he's going to play 4 snaps.
Exactly.
The floor is not, but the ceiling is what you look at. I start him every week. I have a buy in every one of my leagues because I have him. But the weeks I have, I mean, he's scored me nothing but 8 points. Pitts at least has a decent floor and the ceiling to go along with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
think the Chargers have any type of crazy defensive secondary that is going to stop Pitts from having a great game. With end zone targets and everything considered, Pitts is a start. Pitts is a start for me over Taysom Hill,
Okay.
and that's just my opinion.
Put your sauce on it.
All right, and Pig's Feet says, "How are we feeling about Melvin Gordon and Jeff Wilson going forward?" Well, Jem, why don't you take this one because you're my Denver guy. I do have Gordon on my roster, but I want to hear what you have to say about Melvin.
Shoot, man. I mean, I guess he's still getting touches. He's still a starter, so that right there already puts him over Wilson in my book. I dropped Wilson last week.
I saw that.
Yeah. I probably should have kept him, but I don't know what he's going to be doing. I mean, obviously they brought him in because he was doing, decent over in San Fran, but he was still, I think he was even third starting the year at San Fran. He was third on the running back chart.
Yeah,
So
they keep depth in San Francisco. Anybody coming out of that running back committee in San Fran, they're
yeah,
all extremely talented. That's what they're known for. Mostert
yeah.
came out of there. Look what he's doing. Jeff
Mm-hmm.
Wilson, I mean, everybody knows he's no slouch. But the fact of the matter right now is that he's nothing more than a bench stash. And it
Yeah.
sucks to say that because, Naeem Hines is in the same situation.
Mm-hmm.
Benjamin's in the same situation. Heck,
I mean,
Kim,
Melvin is too, kind of, even
well,
though,
yeah,
they say he starts, he could start and get 3 touches and not touch the ball the rest of the game, like,
right. And that's just the inconsistency you have with the coaching and everything else that's going on in Denver. My thing is that we're so deep in sleeper. It's a 12-man league. I had a running back on a bye last week, and I started Gordon because
mm-hmm.
I said, screw it. If he's going to start, get RB1
He
touches.
got you 7 points probably at
No,
least.
he scored 14.6
Yeah.
last
See?
week.
So he can
So I
pop,
mean, yeah, I'll
but
take
it's
that in my flex spot any day of the week. That was the week I scored 197. So yeah, I mean, in this situation, my feeling about Melvin Gordon is that I'm gonna put faith in him, and I think the Broncos are as well. Um,
well, they have to at this point. They're paying him.
right.
I mean, it's either
But the
cut
thing
him.
is that you don't know because it's who else they got Boone, and then who is it? The new guys is that Latavius Murray?
They got Murray. They got
Yeah,
oh damn, what's his name?
Boone.
They brought in somebody else too on the practice
Really?
squad. Yeah, they have gosh. Yeah, man, we got like 5 running backs in the roster.
Well, I think that Melvin's the starter, and I think going forward he's going to get the majority of the touches.
Marlon Mack and
Oh,
Chase Edmonds.
Marlon. Oh God, dude.
And then we
Don't
got
tell
Chase
anybody
Edmonds
on
in the
Sleeper
trade.
that
Oh
anybody talk
yeah.
about Marlon Mack on Sleeper, people just go nuts.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. I feel like we'll know what's going on after come next week after the bye week because somebody's gonna get cut or somebody's gonna get, pushed back down to the practice squad.
I think Melvin Gordon and Latavius Murray end up with the Javonte Melvin situation of old where it's close to 50-50 snaps. I think Gordon.
Unless Chase Edmonds comes in and proves that he's a great receiving back and he's better at a receiving back than Melvin Gordon,
Well,
then they don't
and
need Gordon.
that's another thing too, man, is that oh my gosh, dude, now that
It's
the
just
depth they have over there,
yeah.
obviously they did that because they're planning on doing something, so that might suck for the future of Melvin Gordon because when they took him out that game, but they didn't state a reason, he wasn't injured. Hackett Didn't have anything to say about it other than he wasn't the starter. And then the next week he says, "Oh, me and Gordon had a talk. He's good. Now he's the starter."
Mm-hmm.
I think that they might be looking at him as having a bad attitude. For some reason, they might not, and not to mention the fumbles. If they're loading up like this, they might be ready to unload, like you
That's what
said.
I
So
mean. Yeah. So, I guess if you have them both, I would,
you
I
got
don't
to
know.
start in this situation. You got to start Gordon over Wilson
Yeah.
because you don't know what the game script is for Wilson yet. But Wilson at this point is a bench stash. Put him on
Mm-hmm.
your bench, see what happens, and you never know. But with Gordon right now, you're getting starting touches, and any running back that is getting touches as an RB1 for me is at least an RB2 fringe flex
Yep.
start.
Yep. Unless
So
it's Jonathan Taylor and he gets you, 2 points last week, but that's neither
yeah.
here nor
Oh my
there.
God, that's so harsh, man. If you have the likes of Taylor or Adams on your bench and you watch a 1 to 2 point game, it's like the biggest heartbreaker
On
on
the
planet
bench, I
Earth.
had Adam starting when he got that 2 point game, that 2.9 game, or whatever.
Oh man, that's harsh. That's
Yeah,
harsh,
fuck
harsh,
that.
harsh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Starting him this week though. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. All right. All right. No more questions. I think maybe I'll just get into a little bit of my running back loves and locks
Oh,
for this week. My running back loves for this week. I'm going to run through my top 10. These guys should be lineup locks, have a great game, matchups, and they're all looking good. Eckler, lineup lock, coming in number one. He's been going off. Kamara, number two, been going off, lineup lock. These are going to be all your RB1s. King Henry, one of Gemini's rostered.
yes, sir. Always on the
Jacobs,
roster.
Josh Jacobs is number four. Badass this season. Been awesome to see because Vegas has been struggling. So Jacobs has been tearing it up. Five, got Aaron Jones. Six, ATN Jr. Seven, Ramondre Stevenson. Eight, Joe Mixon. So weird to say that Dalvin Cook is number nine. He's usually in that top three. It's weird to see. But Cook's up there, and then Walker. Walker the third, coming in at number 10. And then just outside, I got Fournette. I got Swift. And then we got Deion Jackson at 13. And then right behind him is Raheem Mostert and Deontay Foreman. And then just to finish out the top 20, you got Singletary, Montgomery, Michael Carter, Jamal Williams, and Antonio Gibson. If you're going to start anybody in the Washington backfield, I hate to say it, guys, because I love Brian Robinson. It's still going to be Antonio Gibson because she showed that he's the touchdown dependent back. Robinson has a good ceiling, but he just doesn't get the end zone looks. I mean, Gibson's been catching the ball in the end zone. He's been running the ball in the end zone. He's their red zone guy. He's their goal line guy. And in fantasy, that's what you want. You want to see touchdowns. So he's a touchdown dependent top 20 RB2 fringe flex lineup lock for me this week is Antonio Gibson. Rounding it off. It's just a crazy week. You're without your Chubbs. You're without, your Zeke and your Pollard. You know, you're without Debo, CMC, Najee. You're without Gordon. You're without Saquon. That's a harsh week.
Yeah.
All right, got the lineup locks going up. I love it.
Looks like we got Pig's Feet back with his full roster.
With Mike Williams out, I'm rocking Mahomes, Mixon, Aaron Jones, Zay Jones, Garrett Wilson, Deion Jackson, Vikings D. How am I looking, gentlemen? Oh man, I mean, Zay Jones is definitely up there for me this week. You're looking great, man. You're looking great. If you could find anything better than Garrett Wilson, obviously, but I mean, game script, dependent upon his target share. I mean, yeah, you're looking pretty good
Great.
with all the buys.
Can I have a running back?
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't
For
know,
sure.
man. Mixon,
I mean, he's still
he's
he's
hit or
still
miss, man.
he's still top 10 though. He gets
Well,
RB1
because there's
snaps.
no running backs. Running backs
Yeah,
ain't doing crap this season. There's
and
only
he gets
three
RB1
really good.
snaps.
The top three are the only really good backs, and then the rest are just there.
Yeah. I'm wondering though, Garrett Wilson is not. So I wonder who his tight end is. Pig's feet. Shout out. It's where's your tight end? Who's your tight end? Because other than that, I mean, you're looking like, I mean, that's a rock star starting lineup as far as these weeks go.
Mm,
Deion Jackson, man, I love him. Dude, I called he was gonna go off whenever Taylor and Naeem were hurt that week, and he did. He finished RB1, and I don't think that defense. I mean, they are a good running D, but they're not gonna stop this kid, man. He's got some magic in his pocket. But yeah, I mean, how you looking? In my opinion, you're looking like, you know, I definitely give that a B plus, A minus
damn.
roster for the week.
Cool,
For
cool, cool.
sure.
We'll see if he posts his tight ends.
Yep. Yeah, no worries. Man, you know what's awesome to see?
What's
Two
up?
Miami Dolphins wide receivers in the top 10. I love it. I got Hill in sleeper and I got Waddle in ESPN. And just to watch these guys when Tua is healthy and just the way that oh man.
That's funny you say that.
Hill's number 1 this week.
I was gonna say Fantasy Pros has him at number 1, and they have Waddle at number 10.
Yeah.
They start and close it out, and I mean Waddle's been climbing slowly too, man. He's not the speed freak that Hill is, but he's right there.
And he gets more red zone looks. He gets more end zone targets than Hill does, you know. But I mean, obviously, your tops this week are going to be Hill, Cup, Diggs, Jefferson. DeAndre Hopkins has found his way back into the
Of
top
course.
5, and I love it.
Of
I
course he
freaking
does.
love it, man. Stay healthy, bro, and keep balling out. I love watching him play, dude. That one-handed touchdown catch last week. Come on, man. The man
They were
still gets
saying
it done.
I think they were saying he's on pace for 13 or 1,400 yards, missing 6 games.
coming in the middle of the season.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm a D-Hop fan for sure.
Oh man, you gotta be. Just like Thomas.
Pick him up, man. Who picked him? Who picked him up? I wanted to cuff him, man, and I couldn't. I was pissed.
I forget who grabbed him and who picked him up.
Let me see if I can find him.
I want to say Chris.
Yeah, Chris picked up everybody, man.
Yeah, I mean, he watches Mike and I, and he listens to Mike and I. I mean, I give him advice on a pretty regular basis, but he's learned to vulture like us, man.
Aaron picked him up.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Aaron got him.
He didn't strike me as someone who watches his lineup too close.
He was I don't know, man. He got a squad. He got a squad though.
Yeah. I thought Eric had a squad too, and then he's fallen off over the past several weeks.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, not to rag on those guys. I mean, they're
no,
watching.
Not at all,
here,
dude. Everybody's still I mean, geez, we're still all it's like all battles for first place ties down, first and second place all the way down.
It kind of drop off.
This last week changed a lot of things. It really did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the last place in both sides, they're both 2 and 6. They got to climb. I mean, but you can climb. Fantasy football that's the joy behind it. You just watch that waiver wire, man, and you can just flip it. Just get a couple of quick picks.
Dude, thank God. I mean, I'm one of those ones who turned it around. I was 0-4 in sleeper, and now I'm 500. And I think 1-3 or something like that in ESPN through the first 4 weeks.
And
I only beat Chris in week 1.
In sleeper, how many waiver pickups do you think you've done so far?
I don't know. Not as much as everybody else.
Yeah, so
I've
you
been
have pretty
pretty
much your
set.
original team.
I've only been changing out pretty much my defense weekly, and that's it. And I grabbed Deontay Foreman, um, and that's it. Yeah. Other than that, it stayed the same, pretty much.
Let me see. I got so far 10 transactions that I've done. Hold
Huh.
on.
And that's not even. I mean, dude, look compared to Mike, look that up.
I'm at 21. I don't know how to see. I'm around like 30 transactions so far from like between like free agency and waiver claims.
Yeah, man, I've seen 0 trades in this league, but I've seen several offers.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to give up anybody.
Oh yeah, Mike's done a lot.
Tried to. He got Javante for freaking Damian Harris. I
What's
was
Harris
like,
doing right now?
he's he's on the wire.
Mm.
Projected at like 8 points this week.
Javante projected that shit. So
Damian Harris, but
we were all talking trash too when he did that.
oh yeah, I wanted to vote on that. I wanted to let that girl know she'd get ripped off, but Karma came in and oh man, poor Javante got hurt.
I'm struggling this week in sleeper. I'm just hoping for a miracle.
I think I got a pretty decent lineup set. I'm stoked. Started out strong too with Goddard getting 24 on Thursday.
Yeah, you projected to get 159. You projected at the highest score so far.
Yep. Going in, I started at 149, but because Goddard went like 12 over his projected, I went up.
I pull out this win. That's good. I'm coasting into the playoffs. Let's
Yeah, you
go.
are. And I got to keep winning, man. And these guys up top got to start losing because I'm
You're
I'm
shoot, you're
climbing.
right there.
I got a 4-game win streak, and I've got 1,300 points fielded, which is more than anybody. And I'm on the longest streak, but I've also got the most points against. Like every week, no matter who I'd play, I'd score like 165, and that should be a winning score, you know. But then the person I played goes off and scores 171 or 174. It
That's what happens. You gotta play up to your competition, man.
was frustrating, dude. Frustrating.
Well, shoot. You did quarterbacks, running backs. I think you did tight ends.
Yeah, and I just went through top 10 wide receivers. I mean, we can do defenses, but nothing special going on there this week. I mean, got the Bills against the Jets. I got them going in number 1. I love the Patriots defense going in at number 2. I got the Bengals at number 3, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that they might get run on. And then Dolphins at number 4. Um, I can't read my own handwriting. Dolphins. Okay, I can't read that. Colts, Chiefs, Vikings, Cardinals, Seahawks, Packers, then the Jags. So, what does that even say?
Dang, did Alabama get beat? My bad, bro. I had to
You're
check this
fine.
out.
You're fine.
LSU just beat Alabama
Oh boy, Roll Tide got rolled on.
by 1 point, 32-31.
Chargers make roster moves ahead of Week 9. Huh? I wonder what that's all about. I'll have to read that when we're done here. Yeah, man. Pretty much. Oh, let's see. Well, should I trade Geno and Saquon for Lamar and Swift? Maybe Terry. No. And the only reason I say no is because Saquon's number 1. And Swift is sharing snaps 50-50 with Williams, who's scoring 2 touchdowns a week to Swift's 1. Now, Lamar is upside all day, but Geno's putting up those consistent numbers that are going to be just around that average.
Mm-hmm.
And Terry McLaurin on a good week has been averaging 15. You know, so in this situation, if I were you, I hold on to Geno and Saquon
Yeah, hold on to Saquon as hard as as tight as you can.
because he's just one of those guys in this running back situation that you can count on. And that
Hmm.
in fantasy football this season is rare to say, man.
Especially in your running back room, like you want to.
Nobody thought at his ADP where he was drafted. Everyone thought he's never coming back from that injury. And everybody said in the offseason, the way he was practicing, just wait and see. Dude, that fool, one handed catches off the cuff, yards after carry, yards after contact. I mean, I wish so badly that I would have picked him up, but I'm still sitting all right. But yeah, my opinion, dude, Geno and Saquon, they just need to stay. If you can maybe figure out Geno and somebody else for Lamar, or Geno and a receiver for Lamar and Terry, do that. But don't say goodbye to Saquon, man. He might be your ticket to the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, if you can pull something off for Lamar, yeah, do it. Obviously,
Yeah,
it's really Saquon for Lamar in this trade. Um, but other than that, I just hold on to what I have. So
yeah.
here's this team. He's at 4-4 too.
Geno, Saquon, Najee, Sutton, Gabe D, Hurst, Zeke, Bateman hurt, Marquise hurt, Marquez, Valdez, Scanling, Algie. Oh man, you're just hurting everywhere else because Najee's not getting it done. Sutton's been scoring 2 points for the last 3 weeks in a row. Gabe Davis has the most ridiculous
Inconsistent.
ceiling in the world, but it's week to week. Hayden Hurst is a definite start this week. Zeke is out, but 50-50 and on a bye this week. I mean, yeah, man, that's a rough looking lineup, and I feel for you. But the two highlights of this roster are the people you're talking about trading away,
Yeah,
homie.
right. The most consistent scorers on the roster. Then what? Lamar's going to come in and he's going to shit the bed the next week,
Yeah, I
Or
mean, he's been averaging 20, and that's right where Geno's at, weekly. So, and Saquon, he's going to be your top scorer, hands down. Najee's on a bye this week, and his average score, I think, is actually 10.9 now, down from 12.2. And yeah, like I said, Gabe Davis, probably one of the most ridiculous ceilings wide receiver wise in the NFL, but that's week to week dependent on, target share. All right. Moving on from him. What's that say? WB Lamar
what about Lamar and Dalvin Cook or
and
and
Terry.
Terry? I mean,
So you would pick them up and then you would lose Geno and Saquon.
I would probably do that just because we are going into the second half of the season.
You think
I
Dalvin Cook's gonna stay up and consistent for the second half of the season?
Well, I
Minnesota's
feel
gonna.
like people are. Well, I just feel like people are gonna lock down more on Geno Smith.
Yeah, and not to mention, man, the way that you're hurt at the wide receiver position, with like your best receiver option being like Gabe Davis, if you can get Terry and then Cook and Lamar out of that situation, then maybe that might be the best way for you to go. But I'm going to say that trade is definitely dependent on the fact that he throws in Terry McLaurin. It can't
Yeah,
just it can't just be Geno and Saquon for Lamar and Dalvin. It's got to have a McLaurin in the factor to help you out at wide receiver in order for that to be legit.
yeah.
But it's still, still, dude, that's still on the cusp for me, like the sweat of my sack letting go of Barkley.
Do you think Barkley's gonna make it through the rest of the season?
I do. I do. I think New York's playing smart. I think that their game script's been on point. I think his snap share has been awesome. I like that. Dude, I like everything about the way the Giants are playing ball right now. And there's been nothing to show me to the eye test that says Saquon is, you know, being abused or doesn't think that he can do what is being asked of him.
That's true. That's true.
If anybody you want to ask me that's overworked, and I thought was going to get hurt is the person that got hurt last week, but thank God is okay, is Cooper Cup.
Hmm.
You can't be that dude who's getting freaking 16 targets a game and pulling in 13 of them, and by the fourth quarter not wanting to punch Stafford in the head
Yeah.
and tell him, like, and the thing is, Cup is such a rock star athlete that he don't show it on his face, but when he sits down in that ice bath after the locker room, he's like, listen, bro, can you please throw the fucking ball to Van Jefferson or, the likes of anybody else? Like, give me a break, dude. I just, I don't know. I want to know what's going on with Cam Akers.
Yeah, they
They have
say
been
he's
so
coming back.
unclear, whether it's personal reasons or, McVay has an issue or, you know, what it is. Because they even said something about the fact that he may start this week. And
Hmm.
then it was like, well, no. And then Henderson comes back because Henderson isn't doing shit. And Sean McVay, he likes to have a strong running back core. So I don't understand what they're doing at that position right now because Henderson hasn't been cutting it. Akers didn't go anywhere at the trade deadline. And it's like, come on, man. What are you guys going to pull the trigger on somebody?
I think they're trying to reassess everything right now because they're like stuck with all these crazy contracts and no
Right. It's just
no
hard to
depth
be
behind anything.
just kind of hard and silly to me to be wanting to reassess things halfway through a season where you're coming off Super Bowl and you wanting to make the playoffs again.
Yeah,
Like
but if you didn't think about if all you were thinking about was winning the Super Bowl and now you're after the Super Bowl, it's like fuck, like whoa,
a
fuck,
lot of people
like
do, like they say, get the Super Bowl hangover. It's
hmm
like every time since he's gone or won, the next season that guy said that they were like 4-14 or something like that the next season after they won.
hmm
So yeah, I mean, I've seen Stafford have better days, and they need some help in the backfield for sure.
Stafford's back to his old ways. He
No,
came to a
man.
squad last season, man, and now it's like, yeah, Cooper Cup's great, and that's why he's able to connect with Cooper Cup. Does a lot of that. You see a lot of those plays where he's joking guys out. He's cutting precisely on his routes. He's running his routes
Everything.
perfectly.
Yeah.
But like, Matthew Stafford just ain't it.
No.
He
No.
was maybe it. Like I'd say maybe like when he had Megatron for sure. Like if he would have been in the Rams those years, they probably would have won like 2 or 3. But like this is like Ben Roethlisberger riding off to the sunset style. And,
Right. Right.
unfortunately, he just got his first Super Bowl. So it seems like he should get more, but he's just not it. And unfortunately, like they're not even in a position unless they lose out to, I don't even know if they even have a first round pick.
I don't know. I don't know if they do or not, actually. Got to look into that. But I think that they probably should. I haven't seen them grab, but I don't know for sure, like I said.
They don't have a pick until the third round, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that hurts, man. That hurts. Yeah, and I mean, at this point, dude, do you want to watch Stafford be that guy who's going to sit there and chase more after he got one? I think he should just be grateful, and if he's not getting it done and LA wants to move on, he should respect that.
Do you, if you're LA, do you trade Cup and try to get draft picks?
No way, dude.
Or well, what do you do? You can't. A receiver is not going to win you a Super. Well, I'm sorry, I take that back. He did win them a Super Bowl last
I was
season,
going to say he did.
but that's the first time it's ever
And he won
happened for the
me a
most part.
championship. He won
So,
me a championship and them a Super Bowl.
so what do what do they do? How do they retool?
I mean, yeah, that's a great question, man. That's a great question. I don't know. Sean McVay's a smart guy. I have a feeling he'll get it done.
You think Matthew Stafford is hurting the fantasy values of the other Rams receivers by not throwing the ball to them?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously he is, but do you think he's the cause of
No, I don't
their
know if
dip in
he's
value?
necessarily the cause. I well, I guess I gotta say that he is because when he's in a bind, he just looks at number 10, man. He doesn't look at anybody else's number. You look at the target share, and it's all Cooper Cup. Nobody else even comes close.
Uh,
It
yeah.
sucks.
So it looks like this guy Val's the GOAT. He has another. He came back. He said his other team is 7-1. It has Mahomes, Jonathan Taylor, CMC, DeAndre
DeAndre
Hopkins,
Hopkins.
Amari Cooper, Kelsey. Damn, this fool got a squad.
He's got JT, CMC, Damian Pierce, ATN, what? And Montgomery. He's got an offer. Jamar Chase, Olave, and Tanyan for JT, Amari Cooper, and Duvernay. I would take it.
I would take it.
I would
Isn't
take it.
yeah, I'd do
If
that all
you're
day.
getting Jamar Chase and Chris Olave and Tanyan, and you getting rid of JT, who's been hurt or not performing, and
Cooper's been killing it.
yeah, and Duvernay has been okay at best when not hurt. So I
Yeah,
mean, Cooper is the biggest person you're losing out on, but you're getting Chris Olave and Jamar Chase, dude.
yeah.
To put that with those running backs, that's a formula that'll take you
Can
to
you
the
even
winners bracket.
can he even play all these guys? He has a lot of fucking bench
Well,
points, man.
JT's hurt. CMC's on a bye, so right now he's got ATN and Jamie and Pierce as his one RB 1 and 2. The thing is, Jamar is also hurt.
Oh yeah, Jamar Chase is hurt though. How long is he out for though?
They said 4 to 6 weeks he's sidelined, and I haven't even seen if they put him on IR or not. If they haven't put him on IR, he can just come back and play. But if they did put him on IR, then once they activate him, then they got 21 days to start
They
him. So
didn't. They didn't.
they
They
didn't put him
said
on IR.
no. They said it should realistically take longer than 6 weeks, but it could take 4 to 6 weeks.
So
So
yeah,
probably the rest of the season, honestly.
well, yeah, if that's the case, if they're going to wait 4 to 6 weeks, then throw him on IR. That's rough. Olave is great, but I don't know, man. All things considered, that trade is pretty much contingent upon one guy. So that's iffy.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like Jonathan Taylor's coming back this season
Oh yeah, he
for
will.
sure. He'll
He'll
be
probably
back.
be back next week, to be honest.
Yeah, he just needs rest. Um, yeah, dang, that changes everything. That changes the whole dynamic of the trade. I mean, it depends. Is it a keeper league? If it's a keeper league, I'd do it
I
all
think
day.
he said that it's a half PPR league.
Well, he said his other team. This is his other team, so I don't know if it's
Oh,
the
okay.
same. I mean, it could be the same. I mean, yeah, if it's a single season, then no. But I mean, Olave, he's becoming the guy over there in New Orleans for
He had a
sure.
rough week last week, but it doesn't mean that he's not. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's still a lineup lock for me.
it's a redraft, full PPR.
Oh, okay. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's a rough one. That is a rough one,
I would just stick with the team you got. You're 7-1.
right? Yeah, that's kind of a like I said, don't mess with a winning formula.
Yeah, just plug and play off your bench.
Yeah, and hey, Jim, I don't mean to cut us short here, bro, but I have to get my children to bed, and my phone is less than 5% battery.
You're good, man. I need to get out of here too. Got a last question.
49ers defense is on waivers. Should I pick it up, or is streaming defense is superior? I mean, I always stream defense. I change my defense week to week unless I, get somebody on a roll. Um, but let's see. Let's see here. Where's San Fran at?
In your rankings.
Yeah, I'm trying to look and see where I got.
Let me see where they are.
I don't even have them inside my top 20, so.
Got to stroll down. I don't see him.
What is the 9? Oh, dude, San Francisco's on a bye.
Oh, yeah. So they wouldn't even. Yeah. I mean, if you want to, if you got the room, I probably wouldn't drop anybody for. I don't know. I'm not a fan of holding on to two defenses. So
I
if
don't
you're
even
going to drop your other
change
defense.
my defense week to week, and I win.
Yeah.
Dude, I just saw the cat in the background of yours, and I started looking around my apartment to see if it. Hey, babe. I know.
Chip.
I'm almost done.
Cool, man. Well, shoot. Hey, man, it was fun chatting with you.
You too, man. Thank you, everybody, for your questions. Thanks, everybody, on behalf of the Shady Sports Network. And, guys, just so you know, we have a promotion going on with what's the current
Current banking
bank?
app.
If you open up a current bank account on the current bank app with direct deposit, and you meet the qualifications, they will deposit $50 into your bank account. So,
Mhm.
current bank app, go ahead and download that. And if you have a job where you have direct deposit or don't, if you open a direct deposit account with them, they'll throw $50 in your account.
Mhm.
But we appreciate all the questions and all the love you guys give us. We're on Apple Podcasts, Instagram, Spotify, Twitch, Facebook, Insta, and YouTube. Please give the Shady Sports Network a like and a subscribe, guys. We thrive on helping you guys week to week, and we bring you guys all different, walks of the sports of life, man. We're a melting pot here, and we appreciate all you guys greatly. I just want to thank you on behalf of myself. I'm Sean Monahan for the Fantasy Football Podcast for the Shady Sports Network, Week 9.
Yeah, yes, sir. And then yeah, I'll get the code for that current app posted up here in the chat link here shortly. Like you said, thank you guys for watching. Um Shady Sports Network, you can find us on all the socials. Hit me up, hit Shawnee up. You got any questions, we'll be happy to answer them. Leave questions in the chat. We'll check it out in the YouTube chat and try to get them answered for you as well. Once again, thank you
Always
guys for
here.
watching.
Thanks again, guys. Good night.
Have a great night.